that I could try to fight.
Live from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Chicago White Sox going up against the Kansas City Royals. First pitch coming your way next.
And now, your Kansas City Royals.
All right, ready to get underway. Here's the second baseman, Chase Mydroff. And that's a little bit high. And with that, we're underway in Kansas City. Strike one.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
In the air out to center is Bell. Balls it in, and there's one away. And the batter will be the shortstop, Miguel Vargas. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
0-1.
One out, base is empty. Yeah, that's fouled off. Line drive, caught. Two outs, base is empty. Matt Thaiss comes up to hit here. There's a strike at the knees. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
Chop to third. India over to first in time. And that is the inning. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. The Royals will get their chance now in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Bottom of the first, now the third baseman, Jonathan India. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Thaiss hauls it in, and there's one away. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations.
That one is absolutely belted. And it hits the fence. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Vinny Pasquantino digs in now. To the right side. And that one handled. The throw to first. And the first run of the game comes across.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
Salvador Perez will hit next. Swing and a base hit. And they'll score first. It's 1-0. Just kind of slice that one into center.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And next up for the Royals, Michael Garcia. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, all set for the start of the inning. And here's the catcher, Edgar Caro. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one. Caro batting in the cleanup spot, and he was born in Cuba. Swings through that one for strike two.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Foul ball, still 0-2. On the ground. On to first. One out in the second. Andrew Vaughn now. Fought off foul. The number 3 overall pick out of Cal for the White Sox in 2019. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. 2 up, 2 down. And next to hit for the Sox, Josh Palacios. A changeup missing. Ball 1. Up the middle. Witt. And the White Sox go quietly. Down in order go the White Sox. Still behind by a count of 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second, and to the plate for Kansas City, Kevin Biggio. Burke back to work. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Drew Waters stands in. Ripped on a line to center. Thice makes the grab, 1 down. Now it's going to be Freddie Fermin. My draw. 1 at second, and that's 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Royals 1 and the White Sox nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started, and stepping in is the speedy Brooks Baldwin. First pitch, and he just misses.
That's a good pitch
1
there.
ball, no strikes.
Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's what it was. If you swing at it, hit a broken bat, you jog back to the dugout.
That one finds the zone. Now 1-2.
1-2.
At the bender for the strikeout. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
Josh Rojas in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Witt over to first, and that quickly 2 away. And now the right fielder, Michael A. Taylor. That clips the zone. Strike 1. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and good work there. Bottom of the inning, so up now for Kansas City, Kyle Isbell. And that one hammered Thice. Long run, a dive, and he can't haul it in. Around second now, going for 3. The relay throw. Not in time. He's safe.
He was all over that one. Put a really beautiful swing on that pitch right there. Just didn't quite have the combination of launch angle and exit velocity to drive it over the wall. But when you can beat a center fielder like that, you know you hit it well.
Jonathan Indy at the plate. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And a foul ball. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Comes through with the RBI. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Now here is Bobby Witt Jr. Doubled his first time up. Swing and a ball line to center. And there's one down. So up next, Vinny Pasquantino. 0 for 1 so far. Runner on the move. Swing and a high fly ball. Pretty well struck right field. That one is back. Bangs off the wall. Gliding around third is India. Now a relay to the plate. The tag out.
A lot of real estate to cover on that play defensively. A long throw to the cutoff man, and then a lot of ground to make up as well on the relay. But an excellent job of execution and getting that out of the dish as he tried to make it home all the way from first base.
Salvador Perez getting ready to hit. RBI single his last time up. Out there to center. Snags it on the run. And that'll do it. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. And it's 2-zip. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. On to the 4th. Now it's the second baseman, Chase Mydroff. And that's in for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Swings and misses. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Miguel Vargas, the next to hit. And a swing and a miss.
No balls, 1 strike.
Foul ball. Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2
1 ball,
strikes.
2 strikes.
That one missed.
Ball.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. That one the other way. They got it for out number 2. And now the center fielder, Matt Theis. That breaking ball drops in for a strike. Comes up empty.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
The White Sox yet to pick up a hit here. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And it's a 1-2-3. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And to the plate for Kansas City, Michael Garcia. Headed down the line. And that drops foul. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Kevin Biggio up to the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Bounding ball here. Rolls foul. Runner goes again. Pitch misses. And safe. It's a stolen base.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Man at second. Line drive to short and caught.
Yikes, that ball was scorched, an absolute missile, and it almost becomes self-defense as the fielder. When one of those things comes screaming towards you, watch your lips.
Here's the left fielder, Drew Waters. He's 0 for 1. And a foul ball. 1 out and a runner at second. In the air out towards right center. Theis sizing this one up. Makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Cut off. Throw to third. And he gets to third safely. Moving up on the fly out. And there are 2 gone. Freddie Fermin now at the plate. He hit into a double play his first time up. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. Royals lead 1, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the catcher, Edgar Caro. Late swing fouled off.
You know, these White Sox just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
And now the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Pitches in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Gosh, here it is, hit it. 3-pitch strikeout, all fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Palacios stands in now and watches strike 1.
Hey, 7 straight strikes to start the frame. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Next offering is fouled back.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Got it! And how about that? It's an immaculate inning.
Well, he's saying who needs the defense? An immaculate inning. 3 strikeouts, 9 pitches. We just witnessed something really special.
Back here in Kansas City, John Shabby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Kyle Isbell. This to center field, and it drops in. And the leadoff man aboard.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Swing and a ground ball. Dives, and he can't hang on. Safe at first as they can't make the play. First and second, no outs. Bobby Witt Jr. steps in for the Royals. 1 for 2. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. The throw in. And he's out. Both runners able to move up. Aggressive play, and it's second and third now. 1 away.
Well, Boog, you have to be able to trust your coaches in this spot. That's what baseball is all about. You're relying on the people around you to set you up for success.
Bryce Wilson gets the call from the pen.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. 1 run is in. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play, and they lead by 4.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
1 gone, runner at first. Salvi steps into the box now. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. Ground ball left side, and it kicks off the bag. And they get the out after the ricochet. And next up for the Royals, Michael Garcia. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel real.
Runner on the go. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Reaching for it and brings it in. So 2 runs in the inning on 5 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. We're through 5. It's the Royals 4 and the White Sox nothing. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Brooks Baldwin. And that one is in for a strike.
0-1.
Fastball for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
That's in there, and that's strike 2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or...
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Out to shallow center. Witt settles under and makes the catch. And there's 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Michael A. Taylor. He was late there, strike 1.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
The White Sox still looking for their first hit in this one. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Isbell sizes this one up, drops into the glove, and that is that. Bottom of the 6th inning. So up now for Kansas City, Drew Waters. Wilson back to work. That one hit to right. Taylor settles under this one, hauls it in for the out. Freddie Fermin steps in for the Royals. 0 for 2 in this one. On the ground to third, Rojas. Throws to first in time. And now it's Kyle Isbell.
We gon' make it happen.
And that one is lifted in the air. Thice heading to the alley. And that's the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the second baseman, Chase Mydroff. And there's a ball.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Swing and a miss.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul.
Notice how they're swinging too early or too late? That's a timing problem. They need to guess right on a few of those pitches, and I mean make an educated guess.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
The White Sox down by 4 here in the top half of inning number 7. And a swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Close, but called a ball. Going to count 1 and 2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Handles, throws to first, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Thice at the plate with 2 away. Swings through that one. Up the middle. And it gets through for a hit. Their first of the ball game. So the perfect game bid comes to an end, and now we'll see what he's got left in the tank and how they'll play it on the mound moving forward. But Singy, he's been a lot of fun to watch in this one.
Yeah, Boog, really impressive from the very beginning. I mean, this guy was in total command the whole time, attacking hitters, and really he's made them look pretty lost up to this point.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Thice, the runner at first with 2 gone. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. The White Sox lead 1. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the third baseman, Jonathan India. On the ground to third. And he can't come up with it. So digging in, Bobby Witt Jr. The MO for him is contact. The guy who's going to deliver average, not a ton of power. He's looking to hit a line drive somewhere.
Well, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup, he's a great 2-hole hitter or a guy that you could put at the bottom.
Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Coming home. He'll score. Safe. And that's his 3rd hit.
He quickly went from hitter to base runner. Love when guys make that transition, and he's got speed to put on a show.
And here is Vinny Pasquantino. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Witt scores. It's an RBI single, and it's now a 6-run lead. And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. Salvador Perez. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. And it's a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
To third, and that chance handled. That's the 3rd out, inning over. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and no one left. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes, you got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
And down on strikes. It is 11th strikeout in this one, really racking up the whiffs.
Man, how many times do you see 3 fastballs in an at-bat like that? I'm sure once he got to 2 strikes, he was trying to stay back for something off speed and just not ready for that 3rd fastball.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that's in there at the knees.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. 2 outs, bases empty. And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now. So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Carlos Estevez.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
In there for strike 1. Estevez, 32 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Next offering is fouled back. 2 outs. Hit hard on the ground is short. Witt over to first. And the White Sox go quiet. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And to the plate for Kansas City, Kevin Biggio. Line drive, caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Line drive, and it's caught for the out. Next is the Royals catcher, Freddie Fermin. 0 for 3 in this one. That's to third. Fair ball. Kyle Isbell steps in for the Royals. On the ground, right side. In time to Vaughn. And that is that. Back here in Kansas City, here's Josh Rojas. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. And he hits a ground ball right side. Over to first. And a quick out, number 1. And now the right fielder, Michael A. Taylor. Just missed.
That's the ball.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
The Royals up big in this one here at the top of the 9th.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And that drops in for a strike. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
The White Sox down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Players start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
6-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.